So let's begin. Today's session is the session where we focus on a different nuance about 2020. We are in this week where we are really it's a countdown to the first slipstream that begins on the 5th of March. 5th of March has always been quite a big day, actually. I have become very aware of that. Since 2013, I knew that 5th of March was often used as a day of infusing the planet with very, very powerful energies. And this 5th of March is, the energies are being infused, about 4 days prior. So from actually tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Manhattan time, we will start experiencing these new energies that come to our planet. And they are energies that are there that are very specifically being sent for a recalibration of our spine. I mean, this is stuff that is completely hot off the press. I'm transmitting it for the first time. So even I'm not aware of what is to come next from what I'm seeing here. So what I'm being shown is these energies are about humans and humanity reclaiming their spine. The spinal column is it's like the core that keeps the integrity of this human form in its physical self together. The physical presence of the human form is the integrity of that physical form is extremely important for the expression of the soul. So these last few days are all about us, reclaiming our spine. Because all those years ago, all those ages ago, when the human form was contaminated, they went for the DNA, and the good news was they did not go for the RNA at the time. DNA was contaminated so that the human form becomes enslaved. At that point, the DNA was deactivated in such a way that it made our spine one of the weak aspects of this human form. So it was quite delicate, had lots and lots of nerves that were there, and many connections to almost every organ of our body, very strong presences of a number of energetic channels that travel with life force energies across the entire body. It all happens through the spine. So they went for the spine, and it's something that is delicate enough and yet very flexible, that if you are not fully present to what your spine can and cannot take, you could very easily damage it. So what happened then was that the spine's integrity became weakened. The muscles on either side of the spine were not contaminated at a DNA level, but the muscles are the ones that get affected by emotional distress. And emotional distress that damages the muscles that support the spine to be strong and healthy they are all focused on the level of support or supportedness that the mind experiences. So if the mind feels it is missing support or it is lacking in support of any kind, the spine the integrity of the spine is already been weakened. It's the muscles that become weak. And they stop supporting the spine in the way the spine requires to be supported, given the gravitational force of this planet. And when the muscles become weak, emotionally, we feel even less supported. And we can't hold ourselves up, and we start that cycle of compromise. And we find it difficult to stand tall and stand tall in our strength because we don't feel the strength of support. Spine is such an invaluable organ of ours. And it has so many different layers and elements that are necessary to keep the human form functioning in the way it does. That it is already overexerted because of the inherent weakness in it. And when the muscles are weakened and can't support it as well, it becomes very vulnerable. So these energy forces that are being infused and influxed is the word they want to use, which I'm not understanding why, but however, Spirit is using the energies that are being influxed and infused onto the planet, starting tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Manhattan time. And they will go on until the 4th of March, at which point we would be recalibrated and the slipstream will begin, which is calling for us to be in a state of trust. They're all about support. They're all about neutralizing any dialogues, any conversations about lack of supportedness that we may hold true. And even if you hold true, the bottom line is there is no need for us to feel entitled for support from someone else, because you're the one who is to support you. You're the one that propagates the trigger and the dialogue about lack of support. But we give our power away to others. You are the all-powerful one. You are the one that you have been waiting for. And this human form, which is only a form that is designed like a sacred geometry pattern of some kind. This human form is designed in this form to amplify the vibration of love. That's all it is. So, given that it is a form that amplifies that vibration, all we are to do is to accept that the full strength and capabilities of this human form and support it. And how do you support it? There are two of you that coexist and collaboratively co-create. You in your conscious form, which is the soul presence, and you in the physical form, which is the human form. So there is no need to feel entitled from anyone else about support for us. You are the one that is to provide that support, and you can, because as a soul being, you are limitless. You have access to all the resources that the universe has also. Not only that, as a soul being, you have access to the infinite amounts of resources that are even available to our Creator. It's just a matter of knowing that you in your human form has, welcomed your soul presence to come and reside in your home. So it is the soul that is in your home territory. And it is one of your favorite guests that is in perfect harmony and rhythm of you. So if we look at it in that way, then really the human form can never be weakened by anything. So even if, this is the interesting thing to know, so even if, anyone tries to damage the spine and we feel spineless from time to time, both emotionally, mentally, as well as physically, we can reclaim that back. just by recognizing ourselves as the human form and allowing that the vibration of the limitless, eternal, indestructible nature of the soul presence, choosing to express itself through our human form. So these energies that are coming in, what they're doing is they're literally going to declutter any concerns that we may hold, either inadvertently or at a conscious level, about our own ability to keep ourselves strong in terms of reclaiming our spine and standing tall. So you will notice for yourself just a physical experience of recalibration of your spine. Don't overdo any stretches. Do what you do, but just be very, very, very comfortable. Because when organs recalibrate, they go back to the way they're meant to be. But our bodies might have applied various adjustments over time. And in those adjustments, the actual positioning of the spine itself may have been moved a little. So when it returns back, there may be other organs that may be occupying that space, so it will push a little. There'll be a little bit of jiggling that'll go on until everything physiologically settles. So in case you've experienced any form of discomfort, that's what is going on. So the other piece that I'm being asked to share is just a physiological effect of the spine being recalibrated over the next several days. One of the things that we use to compensate when the spine is out of alignment, we use our shoulders and we use so they're either slumped forward or they're overstretched at the back. They're lifted up, not realizing that we are doing that. That's not how they're meant to be. So as the spine starts to readjust and settle, you will notice that there is a subtle, like a super nano movement of your shoulders, and all that makes up your shoulders will take place. And it doesn't matter if you have been diagnosed with frozen shoulder, your shoulders will find their groove. And it'll happen before the end of the 4th of March. The whole idea is to get as many of us as are in the know to be in a state of knowing that the slipstream is going to get us to closer and faster to what we are resolved about. So really, if there was something for you to focus on, is to get clear about your resolve. Now, the first thing to know about resolve is you know what you're resolved about because of what you have in your life. But if you do have a vision of the impact you are to cause, it's time to declare that vision and switch from having it as a vision or an aspiration to get to making it a resolve. It was only when Gandhiji decided that India shall be free in my lifetime and made that his resolve, he was able to move forward. If he hadn't moved it into a resolved state where it already was free, it would have just been relegated to interesting intellectual conversations in intellectual circles about an ambition or an aspiration for India to be free, because there was no evidence that it could be. It hadn't been. It had gone from one empire to another, taking control for over 600 years. But once the resolve came in, He was immediately able to stand tall. So the one thing that you can do in the first couple of slipstreams is to really start getting clearer and clearer for yourself. What are you resolved about? And we utilize the slipstreams to garner and bring together whatever resources you require to be brought together so that you can get to closer to what you have intended as your resolve. And how you will get closer is by the resources, the support, the opportunities, the openings, the words, the conversations that are required to be had, all of that literally opening up like a blossoming flower. When it's crossed a particular point, it is going to blossom no matter what. And that's where we want to get to. A particular point where we will blossom no matter what. There is, those of you who have experienced an DNA activation, reach out to me if you haven't, and I'll see if I can do a group session on that. So you will find your DNA experiencing surges and surges of even greater activation of your DNA. What the DNA activation, how that shows up is it enhances your creativity at a massive level. Like literally anything and everything is possible. That's what happens. And then amplifying that using the human vibe attunement is very exciting. The flowing current will feel different between the 1st and the 4th of March. It'll feel different in that you may feel challenged to confront some elements of the past. And it's often going to be linked to unsaid communications. And the moment you tackle it, in the sense you say that communication, as long as you say it standing in your human form, owning and accepting a human vibe of love, it'll be received that way. So be extra vigilant between now and the 5th to understand your own groove as you are in flow, noticing and experiencing the flowing current, and if there is any discomfort anywhere, to return back to flow. And I know that there are Journey into Miracles people here, your sergeant majors, the 9 of them are going to be very helpful here, as will the deep dive work we have done with the Rocket of Desire, as well as the vibration games will play a very important part. Use your discernment as you reclaim your spine and you stand tall. You will notice, how will you know that you're doing the right thing in the right way? As you stand tall, you can look and address various situations, stepping forward, standing tall, knowing that your spine is all there, and then look at that situation. You will notice very different responses. You will actually even be surprised at the volume being turned up in the context of humility. You will understand the strength and power that exists in vulnerability and humility. It's quite a special time to reconnect with these two extremely powerful and yet very soft and gentle emotions. So let's get ourselves into the human vibe attunement, amplifying the understanding of what this means for every cell in our being, so that every cell in our being can get decluttered and illuminated, being able to utilize and play its part in up-leveling and uplifting our own individual gains, and do so with ease, joy, and grace. So get yourself comfortable, have yourself be seated with your feet on the floor. Your arms are dropped down on either side of you. Your palms are facing forward, fingertips lightly stretched. Imagine that the tips of your fingers are connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. The base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth with an alloy which is a combination of gold, silver, and copper and bronze. It's a huge surge of movement of energy. So in case you find yourself yawning, that's what is happening. Take your palms, put them over your thighs. Your palms are facing upwards. Put your thumb, have it be resting with a connection to the two middle fingers in both your hands. Get your thumb to lightly support those two middle fingers so the two are touching with the tip of your thumb. Okay, so you're in a very powerful, beautiful space. The connections with the cord, that is an alloy of gold, silver, copper, and bronze, that's already done its work. The DNA activations have begun. And even if you don't feel any DNA activation, there's a lot of energy movement that is going on. I'm going to breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. So breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Focus your attention into your heart. And with every breath you take, you're filling your heart with love, kindness, and compassion. Just keep breathing. Just allowing for a very powerful clearing out of your field that is taking place. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. Take your hands in front of your forehead. We are actually going to relay the charges of your electromagnetic current into your pineal so it can return to its originating intent, which is the amplification of inner wisdom. Okay, put your hands over your eyes, open your eyes, and then take them on top of your head, the back of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep and blow. This too was a very deep one as we prepared our spine to be ready to receive these new influxes of energies that will enable us to reclaim it fully. Share in the group any experiences and any questions. Okay, do go ahead and share your closing word in the chat. What a powerful message and direction today. Thank you so much, Mynoo. You're welcome. Much gratitude, standing solid. Yes, deep, deep, deep. Illuminated spine, grateful to receive, floating in grace. Beautiful, tingling from head to toe. It was quite a big one. I heard the words divine human, anchor the divine human in humanity. Human is the human, an expression of the divine. I have a question about deactivation, or was it activation? I experienced some miracle and speed of results. Thank you to this meditation. You're welcome, Gail. Gail, if you can private message me, I will be in touch with you. Love, grace, and gratitude. Sitting strong in love and gratitude. Standing tall with spirit. magnificent, such gratitude. Saw a health rich red heart, alive and full and powerful. Wow, Tokes. What a wonderful and powerful explanation of the spine. Thank you, Asha. Thank you, Asha. And I'm thankful for it coming through me. I feel my spine and have also noticed changes in my shoulders dropping. How great to be in the slipstream. Yes, Mary, be reclaimed and stand tall. And then I felt a center. I felt centered. How do I private message you? This is the only way I know. Gail, can you just send me your phone number, Gail? And I will be in touch. Or your email would be better. Just put your email in the chat, Gail. I'll be in touch with through your email. Peace, Tokes. So much gratitude to have this wisdom to prepare for the energies that are coming. Feel alive and at peace. Thank you, Lee. Lightness in being. Deep, deep, wonderful explanation of the spine. Thank you, Kathleen. So perfect. Wow. Okay. Got it. Gail. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all on Tuesday. Bye-bye.